are doing another live stream on location, and hopefully the audio is okay. So just let me know if you can hear me. I know that there's a little bit of background noise, especially today, considering that it's been raining here in Mexico all day. So that's just going on. So today we're looking at the 4 administrative musts for new real estate agents. So again, we're looking at some administrative tasks, things that you need to get out of the way as a new real estate agent before you let a few weeks, a few months, a few years to go by without addressing these critical components in your business. And I do firmly believe that these are critical components, and fully have to fully be honest with you. Some of these I didn't do myself. So hindsight is 2020, right? So what we're looking at is, again, the 4 musts as a new real estate agent, which I think that as I get more and more into this journey through the real estate side, through my software company, through different companies that have launching and different little things that I have going on, this has become so important and very pivotal. So going right into it, the first thing that you must do as a real estate agent is set a budget. This is something that you must do in order to be effective in your business. It's going to be a way for you to see how much you're investing in advertising, how much you're investing for your broker, how much you're investing for really any expenses that are happening in your business. So setting a budget is extremely important because you're going to be able to make decisions based off of that budget that you set out. So as an example, if you get through year 1, year 2, year 3, and you're accustomed to making, let's just say, $100,000 for the first year, second year, that's going to be a challenge, but just giving you a heads up, it's not impossible. It's with some consistent action, you can absolutely do it. But if you're, let's just say for the first 2, 3 years, you're making $100,000, spending $1,000 in advertising every single month, well, that gives you a benchmark when your budget comes around for next year. If I'm spending $1,000 and I have this type of GCI, well, what happens if I go to $2,000 a month, and seeing if that return is a one-to-one return to where you can go up to $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 in GCI. So effectively what I'm sharing is, as you have a budget, you're able to control different components in your business of where is your money going. It's extremely important to plan ahead, and it's extremely important to track where that money is going, which kind of leads us into point number 2. Another must that you need to have in your business is setting up a business bank account. I know that sounds very simple, but that's something that I myself missed early on. And it wasn't until I had to do my taxes for this particular company and this particular venture that it became very challenging. So I'm used to, just to put things in the context, and this is how ignorant I was. So I used to be the chief operating officer for the company that I was previously with, the network of compounding pharmacies. But prior to being the COO, I was actually the CFO of the company. So we had over 100 employees. We're distributing medications all across the United States. But having that formation, having that training, and understanding financing to where I was the CFO of over 100 employees, and that small company, even I failed to deploy these principles, these musts in my business, especially from the real estate side. So I used to just think, well, later, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. I'll just keep track of my expenses. So I was doing myself a disservice, and I sure as heck paid for that when I did my taxes for this particular part of my business. So I had them parse out what was a personal expense, what was a business expense. So setting a budget is important. That was number 1. Number 2 is creating that bank account, that business bank account that's going to save you so much time, is going to make you money at the end of the day. Because as money is coming in and money is coming out, everything is being tracked. So you're able to make decisions a lot quicker simply through the bank account as well. And then also it gives you a great leading indicator if you're making money. So what does that mean? That means if you have a business bank account and you fund it, let's just say starting capital of $5,000, that's more than enough that you need to get started in real estate for my money. And that's what I encourage agents to start with their seed fund, because I don't encourage all agents to get started with ads right away. I share a lot of organic strategies in this channel alone, but also with the agents that I work with personally on a one-to-one level, where all we focus on is organic strategies to grow their business. So whether that's social media, whether that's open housing, whether that's cold calling, door knocking, all that fun stuff, we tap out the organic side first, and then we pepper in some paid advertising. So back to the analogy, or back to the example. When you fund your business account on your bank business account, your starting capital, let's just say it's $5,000, and a month down the road you find yourself putting in another $5,000. Another month down the road you find yourself continually putting in more and more money. Well, that's telling us something. That's telling us that we're not making money. That's telling us that the commission checks are just not coming in. That's telling us that we continue to have to fund this over and over and over again. So that tells us that we aren't making money. Hey, Katrina. Hello. How's it going? Appreciate you hopping on. So that's telling us that we have a hobby, that we don't have a business. And I know that's a little callous, but just giving you a real life what effectively what it is. So I just want you to, as you have this business bank account and as you see it dwindling down to zero, then you can see, okay, I need a pivot, something needs to change. If you don't create this business bank account and you operate everything from your personal account, depending on if you have another job, if you have a spouse that's working, if you have somebody else bringing money to the table and it's going to that centralized personal account, you can find yourself into a money pit where you never know. You might have an inkling, but you never truly know, hey, am I making money on this? Because the W-2 employment that you might have or your spouse might have continues to replenish the well, right? I just passed my Illinois real estate broker's exam. Congratulations, Katrina. Congratulations. That's awesome. That's fantastic. Congratulations. From so that's why having a business bank account is so important. It's going to help you out with taxes tremendously. And speaking of taxes, that's actually number 3. As you start making some money, as you start getting those $6,000 commission checks, $20,000 commission checks, $50,000 commission checks, they get rather large depending on the size of the house or the sales volume, more importantly. As you start getting these large checks in, you need to start setting aside some money for taxes. In fact, prepayment of taxes is not a bad deal. It's not a bad thing. That's what I do every quarter with my accountant and my bookkeeper. Just make sure that they make sure that the quarterly installments are paid up, because I don't want to have a significant tax bill at the end of when I do my taxes. So letting you just give you a heads up, the $6,000 or $10,000 that you get in your commission, you do need to allocate a portion of that and set that aside for taxes. Now, I'm not an accountant, as you probably might have guessed, but just giving you a heads up. So when it comes to your accounting, getting with a real estate accountant is the best thing that you can do, because there are some neat things that you can do in real estate, especially as a real estate agent, that a real estate accountant's going to be able to help you out with. Dan, how's it going? I appreciate you hopping on. So that's something that you really want to keep in mind as a big check comes in. So simply because a $10,000 commission comes in, that does not mean that you have $10,000 to go spend on your mortgage, on your bills, on your X, Y, and Z, on your everything. I'm about to take my Florida broker exam. Yo, congratulations. We have a lot of brokers in the house. That is fantastic. Congratulations, Dan. Good luck. Let me know how it goes. I know you're a frequent viewer of the channel, so I'm rooting for you, my friend. So it's something that we must recognize, something that we really want to take a hold of, especially starting out, because you might find yourself with a $10,000, $50,000, $100,000 tax bill after it's all said and done, and you might need to get on a payment plan in case you didn't allocate enough money aside to pay your taxes. So again, simply because a huge check comes in does not mean that everything is everything it goes to you. So many of you are transitioning from a W-2 employment into a 1099 employment, where 99% of real estate agents live. So that adjustment is significant in most cases. So you're accustomed to somebody else paying a portion of the taxes, if you will, and then just doing the W-2 at the end of the day doing your taxes at the end of the year to see if you get a refund or don't get a refund. So just giving you a heads up on that. So one quick recap. Number one, set your budget. Number two, set up a business bank account. Number three, set aside money for taxes. And the fourth administrative task, the fourth administrative must that you must do as a real estate agent is schedule your day. And I put this on the administrative side because you do administer your own time. You administer your own yourself. You're the one that administers your business. So forget about the 9 to 5. Real estate is radically different. You can treat it as a 9 to 5, but really it's what works best for you. A lot of you have a family that you're taking care of. A lot of you are doing part-time. A lot of you are doing different parts that maybe the traditional model of getting up at X, Y, and Z time and cold calling for 4 hours just physically is not feasible because the time is not there. So scheduling your day is very powerful. Now, I go through an exercise with my real estate agents that's very powerful. We don't have time to do that here, but where we break it off into year segments, into quarterly segments, into monthly segments, and then down to the actual day. So given the time constraint that we have on the live stream today, I just wanted to share with you the day schedule that you do need to master your day. It's very easy to let go of the 12 hours, 16 hours that you're awake, however many hours you happen to be awake. It's very easy to let those go by the wayside because somebody else is commanding our time, whether that's personal, whether that's family, personal, family, business, whatever. So scheduling your day ahead of time is really where you have that mastery of time, is where you're going to have that mastery of business. So I really do believe that the more effective you are with your time is the more effective you're going to be in this career, especially since it's a sales career. So one quick tip, again, I don't have time to go through the yearly, quarterly, monthly, and then daily breakdown, but one quick tip is writing 3 musts for your day. So writing 3 musts, 3 things that you must do for your day, and work on those first. If it is working on scripts, then that's it. If it's cold calling your neighborhood for that month, then that's it. If it's following up on all of your leads, then that's it. Concentrating on 3 musts for the day ensures that 3 musts get done. So the three, it may seem like very simple. You might be able to knock those out within the hour. But guess what? Doesn't mean that you have to stop. It just means that you need to accomplish those. So if you don't have those 3 lists prioritized, then it's something that you could easily find yourself wasting some time on. And especially if you're doing this full time, it's very easy to get consumed with busy work and pretending that we're working, pretending that we're busy, but we might not be effective. So giving you a heads up on that because it's you and I both know that it's easy to waste time. So I just want to make sure that we had that on top of mind as we're looking at the 4 administrative musts for new real estate agents. Number 1, budgeting. Number 2, opening a business bank account. Number 3, setting aside some money for taxes. And then number 4, scheduling a day. The better that you become at mastering your time, the better that you're going to be in this business. Talk to you soon. Bye.